Come on in, welcome to my home. Today we are talking icebox cakes. I'm going to make, alright, so that's not really true. I've already made 2 icebox cakes. The recipe is listed down below. Recipes are listed down below in the description. I'm going to tell you how they turned out. And you want to know something? Right now, I don't know. I have not tasted them. I made them yesterday. But they're really simple, and it comes from this thing where what you need for an icebox cake is really easy. First thing you're going to need is some sort of hard cookie or cracker. Something that is not soft, something that is not full of moisture. So like if you were to get like those homemade chocolate chip cookies, which are nice and moist and everything, nope, won't work at all. Because what happens is you're going to then put on something that will help absorb the moisture from whatever item it is. Like one of the things has whipped cream that goes into a cookie, a really dry cookie. It absorbs the moisture without completely depleting the other thing of moisture. The other one uses pudding. So yeah, these are really simple, really easy to make. Let's jump over to VoiceOver Me to show you how to make them.
Okay, VoiceOver Me here. This is me making our icebox cake pudding. This is just a regular vanilla pudding, and I am using whole milk. All the amounts are listed in the description, are listed in the recipes that are linked in the description. But the important part about this is it needs whipped. It really does need to be whipped and fully incorporated before you do anything. And that is the absolute easiest part. You do not need a stand mixer to do this. The stand mixer did make it much easier, but it's not something that is necessary. You just go through, make sure everything is whipped in together, and that is 3 boxes of whatever pudding you're using. I am using the Jello brand pudding, which I thought tasted really good for this, and then just mix it up. That's the very easy part. Then, once you're done with that, you can then look at the whole, make sure that you scrape the bowl, because I did find that it did have a problem with that. But also in there, you fold in your Cool Whip. The Cool Whip helps to keep everything light and fluffy and all together, and folding that in just makes it just that much better. Now, I would suggest having all of your ingredients that you're going to need for it on hand, ready to go, which is what I pretty much did. My Cool Whip was semi-thawed. I would suggest that you thaw yours a little bit more, because if you notice, I have some lumps. Lumps are not great. I realize lumps are not great, but if you have your Cool Whip thawed, you will not have the lumps that I did. Once that is all taken care of, then you're ready to start the whole I'm using graham crackers. These are just standard, ordinary graham crackers into your pan, and then you will break them apart. Make sure that you can line the pan fairly well. It doesn't have to be like, amazingly lined and everything so that you can't see anything, because you're never going to see the bottom of this. But the graham crackers were definitely a hard, crisp cracker. I just broke them apart. Then you put a half of your pudding mixture on top of that. Then you will do another layer of graham crackers where you just break them apart and put them on there. Then you will put another half of your pudding mixture on that. And once you have that, you will top it with more graham crackers. So you will have 3 layers of graham crackers, 2 layers of pudding, and then you're all ready to refrigerate it. Once everything is made, now is the time that you want to make your chocolate sauce, and that's so simple. It's just chocolate chips, it is cream, and then corn syrup. You melt that in intervals in your microwave, and you want to mix it up, and then you can just stir it, pour it over your concoction, pour it over your graham crackers and everything. Then it's ready to go into the refrigerator, and we are ready to start our next one. This one is really easy, but it does take some little things to do. What you are seeing is whipping cream. I just put the cup of whipping cream into my mixer. You do not need a stand mixer, but if you have a stand mixer, it will make life go so much easier. Then you're going to sweeten that whipping cream. You're going to sweeten it with powdered sugar. Powdered sugar does make things go really nicely. You do want to make sure that you are getting it to it as soft peaks. I used a little too much salt. I use sea salt. You can use whatever kind of salt. Once you have soft peaks, you want to put in your powdered sugar and your vanilla. Then once again, you want to let that go till you have hard peaks. I think that's, hard peaks. So there's stiff peaks. That's it, stiff peaks. Then comes the tedious part. The tedious part is you are basically going to glue your sandwich cookies, and I'm using thin Oreos together with that to form a long, long log. This takes some time. I mean, it really does take some time. It's really easy to do. Anybody can do this, but it does take some time to get this done. So, for the sake of, getting this all done and everything, let's speed this up just a bit. So once you get a rhythm going, you can then just fly through it, make sure that you get all of those stuck together really nicely and perfectly. And then once they are all together, then you're just going to frost your entire thing. Everything gets frosted, which is really nice to do. And how do you frost it? Just take the extra whipping cream and just generously, and I mean very, very generously, hopefully without dropping the whisk onto the counter, just very, very generously go over it, coat it completely, because you want to make sure that that whipping cream gets on all of the surfaces so that way it can soften the cookies and get you something which looks really nice. Once you have all of those surfaces covered, it's ready. I mean, look at that. I think that looks pretty good. You want to clean up the area that you have, and then, whip tastes good. Let's give it a taste.
Once these are done and they've refrigerated overnight, that's all there is to it. All right, so let's start with the easiest one first, which was the Oreo cookie. We'll reach in there. I will plate it up. All right. So this is just Oreo cookies with a whipped cream topping. Yeah, let's give it a taste. Can I tell you that's really good? The cookies are soft enough that you can just bite into them. There's a delightful salty and sweet. Oh, those are good. That's really good. All right, let's try the other one. Take out a piece from the corner. All right, let's give this a taste. This is also really, really good. The crackers are nice and soft. The pudding is not weird or anything. It tastes more like, it gives more of a texture of like frosting. This was so easy. And I'll be honest, me getting up to the point where I was making these, I sort of hesitated because I was like, oh, this is going to be so much work. It wasn't. It wasn't work at all. This was so easy. Just get your ingredients together. They say that you can dunk them into like some sort of sweetened like syrup. Sweetened syrup, oh well. Into some sort of syrup. I don't think that they need them. This is so good and so easy to make. We will be making some others of these later on, but for first attempt, first time I've ever made these, so good. At this time, I'd like to thank these wonderful people who allow me to go on these tangents of making. This is an older dessert, It's so good. It's so easy to make. You should really make this. And you can do this with all sorts of different crackers, cookies. The original one that I saw used Nabisco chocolate cookies, which I don't think you can get anymore. Don't know. If you make this, let me know. You can get a hold of me on most social media at CM Coleman Home. I love this one. This is so good. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope I get to see you again the next time you stop by.